Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Go G Sports Show. I'm Luke Martin inside a dry Coleman building. I'm going to emphasize the word dry, and everybody that's watching this in the Triad area knows it has just been pouring down rain, awful weather all weekend long and early part of this week. But the good news is, despite the awful weather outside, we have a great show for you inside here in the Coleman building. Janell Howland is going to join us later on in the show to preview the Forest Oaks Classic, the first home tournament of the year for women's or men's golf. So it's a big weekend for the golf program, and Janell Howland, we'll talk to her about the keys this weekend and what she's looking for from her club. And we'll also be joined by a Spartan alum at the end of the show on the phone line. Who is it? I'll let you know. It's a tease, but it's someone that's doing really well on the baseball diamond right now. Everybody's wondering what's going on. We'll let you know who it is by the end of the show. But first things first, here's what's happening at Spartan Athletics. We will check in on the women's team later on, as I just said, but the men's team had a great showing last week in the VCU shootout, taking home third place in the tournament. Spartans were led by junior Jake McGlone, who finished tied for 10th, which is the second straight tournament for Jake, finishing in the top 10. Here's head coach Terrence Stewart on how his team performed in the shootout.
They did a great job coming back to shoot the low round of the third round, and in fact their combined total rounds 2 and 3 were also the lowest. So we wound up beating 4 teams who made the NCAAs last year, and my guess is in that field we'll probably see, of those 13 teams, probably 5 or 6 will be in the NCAAs this year. So very, very pleased with that finish, and we're getting really, really close to getting on our feet here.
This past weekend, Michael Cole and his Spartans began conference action with 2 games at wet, damp Spartan Stadium. The Spartans went 1-1, winning the opening game Friday against Western Carolina, which, by the way, the Spartans improved to 21-0-1 in conference openers. Yeah. That's pretty good. They hit the road now for 4 straight matches, beginning with Furman Friday at 7 o'clock, October 2nd. Game can be seen on the SoCon Digital Network. As you can tell on the screen, other things happening in Spartan Athletics. Volleyball continued its road woes this past weekend, but good news for Corey Carlin's bunch. They are back in Fleming Gymnasium Saturday when they take on Western Carolina. Cross country ran its third event of the season over the weekend, just west down Interstate 40. In Charlotte, the men finished 6th and the women finished 9th. And then men's soccer dropped 2 close physical matches last week to High Point and West Virginia. The Spartans host Mercer tonight for their SoCon opener at 7 o'clock. Be sure to come out to Spartan Stadium. But just in case you can't make it, listen to Parker Southern on the call on the SoCon Digital Network. Parker does a phenomenal job for us here at Spartan Athletics. Well, I just ran through the gauntlet of what's going on right now with all the fall sports here at UNCG, which many of you at home may be going, what's going on for the spring sports? Are they on vacation? I can guarantee you when I just said, are they on vacation? Every spring athlete just erupted in laughter or maybe frustration because they think that you are on vacation. They are not. They are hard at work right now, and we give you a behind-the-scenes look at the softball practices going on right now for Janell Brenneman and her club.
This fall, started with a lot of excitement, and everybody was really anxious to get back and to get to work. I know after last year, there was some disappointment. So the tone has been exciting, and it's been great to get Team 31 back on the field together.
Feel yourself, 1, transition outside, and 2, use it to drive off of. Next, when you get done swinging, I should be off of the ball, okay? Off of the ball, and the ball shouldn't move.
I think it's just coming together. Obviously, we are still a new team. So, we have players that have come back with different mentalities, and a year of more experience. So that's exciting. We have 6 seniors that are going to go into their last season. So, it's just a matter of really in this off season getting a good solid base and ground set for what's exciting to come in the spring. Work on really getting that barrel, working on your timing with your load, making adjustments. So on deck hitter, working behind the plate. The last couple days in practice, we've kind of gotten tied up a little bit in the inside pitch, so our focus has been that in this individual. So yeah, just really getting the barrel out and driving it down the left field line and the right field line for our lefties.
Now let's flip it back to what's going on currently in Spartan Athletics. We love talking about the spring sports, but let's talk about the sports that are in full swing. No pun intended. That's women's golf right now as Coach Janell Howland joins us here on the show. Coach, even though it is not the best weather outside, it's great to have you with us here on the show, as I know this is a really busy week for your team preparing for the Forest Oaks Classic this weekend.
It is. Thanks for having me.
What kind of goes into the preparation for the tournament? We mentioned that it's a big home event for you guys, especially with the rain and everything playing out this week. What does that kind of do in the preparation for the tournament this weekend?
It just changes things a little bit. We've been out doing a lot of stuff in the rain, getting used to how the ball reacts with the weather. So it's rained for the last 4 days. It's going to rain for the next 4, so we're just doing what we can.
Well, we'll talk about the tournament here in just a little bit moment, at least in more detail. For you, though, it's your second year back here at UNCG, which sometimes the second year goes you're a little bit more comfortable than your first year here. That goes to any coach in any program. For you, now that you're in year 2, do you feel that the program's taking the right steps to get to where you ultimately want it to go?
Absolutely. I came in and made some changes, and the girls all bought in real quickly, and we've made a lot of improvements over the last year, and we're just looking forward to making more.
Talk about making more improvements this year. Where do you see your team at right now? You just played in the Cougar Classic a couple weekends ago, which was against really good competition teams that are normally in that top 25. What does it mean to start off so strong against so many good teams?
It's a great opportunity for us. Some of the girls on the team want to play on the LPGA, and so to see other people at other schools doing some things, it gives them a lot of encouragement and shows them that they can do it too. So starting off with one of the strongest tournaments of the year is really, really good for us.
Coach, we were joking at the golf course just a week ago, and you were like, well, I only have 7 girls, but you are really proud of those 7 girls. For you, if I had to tell you to describe your 7 girls, how would you describe them as a team, as a unit?
Outstanding. I have a fabulous group of young ladies who do everything I ask them to do. They work hard, they're pleasant, they're respectful. It's just a great group of girls. I wouldn't want anyone else.
Now, we mentioned the weather opening up our interview. How does that impact the preparation for this weekend with you and your team?
Sure. We've been out there the last couple days in the rain. We've got today off. They're just going to kind of relax and take a day to themselves, and then we'll get back out there the rest of this week and just continue to work in the rain.
Sounds like fun. You may have to do a couple rain dances, hopefully, to keep the rain away this weekend. But one of those ladies that had a great Forest Oaks Classic last year was Kristen Powers. What makes this course appeal to her, and what does she have to do to make this year as good as last year, but also better?
Kristen hits it long, so this golf course is going to set up well for her. It's wet, so her hitting her length will help her with that. She just needs to stay patient, not get too excited. We've been working on that a lot in practice, so I'm excited to see what she can do.
And overall, with this being a home event for you and the team, what advantages does that have for you and kind of the keys to this weekend for your team?
We've played the golf course in all the conditions, so we're not going to see anything that we haven't seen before. We know where the hole locations are. No one else does yet, so that's an advantage. And just being comfortable at your home. You get to sleep in your bed. You get your family in town, so just being at home is always good.
How about that? She knows where the hole locations are, and so do we. We saw them last week too, but we won't let you know. We're going to hold that off for the weekend. Coach, appreciate the time, and I guess the last big question I have for you is, everybody's wondering in Spartan Athletics, right, about when you're going to help me out with my golf game. Maybe we can do a special feature on the show about that. I think that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Trust me, I need a lot of work. Coach, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Janell Howland for the women's golf team. We wish her and the team the best of luck this weekend. But I mentioned in our open that we have a Spartan alum from the baseball diamond join us on the show. It's Ryan Clark. He joins us on the phone right after this short break.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. To sell your home on time for the most money, you need a sharp agent with a marketing strategy that creates the most demand. Bottom line, you need a partner willing to put their own money on the line for you. In Greensboro and Winston-Salem, it would be Jason Bramblett. He attracts hundreds of buyers and creates so much demand that Jason can guarantee if your home doesn't sell at a price and deadline you agree to, he will buy it. Partner with the agent I trust. Go online or call and get your home sold.
Welcome back to the Let's Go G Sports Show. We saw earlier in the program how softball's doing as they're preparing for the spring season. But baseball's hard at work too, and we'll talk about Link Jarrett and his program. But there's a guy that's left Coach Jarrett's program and has done a phenomenal job. And he joins us on the phone line right now to talk about his great start in the Atlanta Braves organization with the Danville Braves. Of course, every Spartan fan is screaming out the name Ryan Clark, because Ryan Clark joins us right now on the phone line from Orlando, Florida, where he is in instructional period with the Atlanta Braves. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us here on the Let's Go G Sports Show. How's everything going for you down there in Orlando?
Hey, first off, thanks for having me, and the weather's great, and I'm enjoying being with the ball club down here, so everything is just great down here.
By the way, Ryan, thanks for pointing out the great weather in Orlando, Florida. As right now we're still in awful weather here in the Carolina area and the Triad area. But I mentioned that you're in instructional league right now. Many baseball fans or non-baseball people may not know what instructional period is. What is this instructional period for you in the Braves organization, and what's your schedule like right now?
Yeah, so instructional is basically just a time period where the team can have at you and really just work on anything that you need to work on. I hit my pitching limit, so right now I'm down here just doing strength and conditioning, so I'm just every day lifting, doing yoga twice a week, some pool work. But if I wasn't and I was actually throwing, I'd be working with the head pitching instructor, and we'd be having one-on-one practices, working on whatever we thought I needed to do to take my game to the next level.
Good news for you, Ryan, is you're not alone down there in Orlando. You're actually joined by another Spartan, Max Posey. What does it mean to you to have Max by your side as both of you continue to pursue your dreams and, of course, making that major league roster?
Yeah, with Max here, it definitely makes me feel more comfortable. I mean, it's someone that if I ever need help or I just need someone to go to talk to, I know I can count on him. Coming from the same college, we both know each other's background, what we went through, how we threw before, how we threw now. So, I mean, it's definitely like comforting feeling, and just watching him become a better pitcher, it's awesome for me to see it. I mean, I want for him to succeed, and I mean, hopefully I get to watch him pitching for the Atlanta Braves sometime soon.
Ryan, it was a heck of a start for you in your first year in professional baseball. Just threw under 53 innings, 40 strikeouts, and only 10 walks, which is one of the many reasons why Danville named you their pitcher of the year. What did it mean to you when you got the call that you were going to be named and won the award, the Danville Pitcher of the Year?
Well, first off, I didn't even know that we had that award in this organization, so I was just really surprised when I got the call from my manager. But after that, I was really excited. I mean, not really knowing what I was coming into, and then succeeding, and I mean, ultimately getting recognition from it, and then going to Atlanta and having the ceremony on the field at Turner Field prior to the game against the Phillies, and that whole experience was just a great time. I mean, my mom was there. She was able to take some pictures. I had a dress and a suit, so I had to go buy a suit. Never really had to wear one before. So, I mean, that was an experience in itself. But, I mean, it was just a great time. I mean, it was an awesome experience, and very thankful for the opportunity that the Braves gave me to pitch in their organization.
As you continue, Ryan, to fight your way, to make it up to the big roster for the Atlanta Braves, how has UNCG prepared you for life after college?
Being at UNCG, I mean, you're always given the opportunity to succeed. I know Coach Jarrett and Coach Edwards, and Coach Boykin while I was there, and Coach Holcomb are always trying to make you better. They give you anything you need in order to make your game that much better. They're going to do whatever they can in their power to help you. That's the same with UNCG as a whole. You can go into any room, meet with anybody, everyone's available, and they're going to try to help you. I mean, it's just a great place where you can just succeed. I mean, no one's going to try to stop you. Everyone's just going to try and make you better, and they're just there to help.
There are many current Spartan athletes, Ryan, that would love to be in your position, fighting for their ultimate dream job, whether that be on the field they play in professionally, or it means getting a great job when they leave, when they graduate from UNCG. What would be your advice to them in order to get where you're at, but also to continue to pursue towards their dream job?
I think the biggest advice that I can give is to stay focused on your goal. Make sure that nothing really deters you from your path. And then also use the resources that are given to you. There's tons of resources that can help to make you better for the real world and also better in your respective sport. And it's easy to not utilize those resources. It's easy just to take the easy way and there was days where I'd rather just stay in bed all day, but I know that to get better, I needed to either go to the study hall and make sure that my grades are good, or go see Coach Wheeler, Coach Happ, and make sure that I'm getting the best I can on my body physically. So, if you just use your resources and stay focused, you're set up to succeed at UNCG.
I think it has indeed worked out for you, Ryan Clark. So I advise all Spartan athletes who are watching this show today to listen to what you just said. Ryan, thanks so much for joining the show. We appreciate it. Now the big question is, when are you going to return to campus? Because we have a long line right outside our studio that's waiting to get your autograph. When you coming back? Everybody's waiting for Ryan Clark to come back to Greensboro.
Well, I don't know who really wants my autograph, but I'll be back. I'll be back this fall. I'm really hoping to catch a couple inter-squad games with the baseball team. Their goal is to win a SoCon championship and hopefully play in a regional. So, it'd be awesome. I can't wait to come back and just talk to them and see how they're all doing.
Just so you know, Ryan, you have an open invitation to come on the Let's Go G Sports Show anytime. By the way, I need help hosting this show. I'm sure you can teach me how to host if you can.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'll show you how it's done.
Appreciate it, Ryan. Thanks so much for coming on the Let's Go G Sports Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Once again, that was baseball alum Ryan Clark. Wow, what a start for him. I know everybody in Spartan Athletics, Spartan fans everywhere are cheering for Ryan Clark. And what a great guy. You can tell very easily how great of a young man he is, doing a phenomenal job. And I think maybe we can make that 5-hour drive south someday to go to Turner Field to see Ryan Clark pitching for the Braves. I think this sounds pretty good, no doubt about it. Congratulations to Ryan Clark. But a big thank you to Ryan and also Janell Howland, who joined us on the show today. It's been a great Let's Go G Sports show. Remember, we'll be back next week. Meg Sloggett will have the show for you as they focus on the men's soccer program again next week. But for everybody at Spartan Athletics, I am Luke Martin saying so long from the Coleman Building. As always, Let's Go G.